Getting back to this again, it's May 25th, 2023. Um, yeah, they were following me around my last video. They scatter. Because you do realize where Will called me a liar, and when I tried to tell him somebody told on me at church, it should have been, my God, how'd they find out? Right? Because that would be unreasonable. So, whose fault is it he didn't find out about the dirty cameras? Whose fault is it he didn't find about Pete? Whose fault is it that he didn't find out about they were drugging me, beating me, and sex trafficking videos of me and Dave? That they were human trafficking me under drugs, leaving me beat, bruised, dizzy, throwing up, heart racing, infected in my personal area from being raped under drugs. And it's happening in my home. How would you like to wake up throwing up, dizzy, migraine? Mark, she couldn't explain. It's like, where did I bang myself? And then have a personal infection and you can't get rid of it. You put drug, beat, and raped. It fits. My doctor told me to buy some iron and then treated the other symptoms. Nobody knew what was wrong with me. That's how sick all this is. So whose fault is it he didn't bother to give a damn? It's his. So whose fault is it he didn't find out about the guy going to Pamers? His. I told him there was somebody there. He should have called the church and found out who it was. Right? Right. Whose fault is it that he didn't, where I tried to tell him that guy threatened to knife me at Johnny Hill and I got away from him? Called me a liar. Do you know if there's a camera by the bench? I don't know. You don't know if there's a camera by the bench? You better say you're lying, I'll put you in jail. There's battery laws. You have to take a victim, a witness, or informant statement if you believe him or not, and follow through. That was a Detroit Voices kidnapper. He tried to kidnap me in front of Terry. I tried to tell him. He wouldn't listen to me. He obstructed justice, tampered with evidence, and tampered with witnesses. Made me plead for my life. Listed me an informant for life. $5,000 a month in immunity. Then threatened me again if I told. He had an officer talk to Dave, and he had police departments working this case. And I told you I didn't believe he was real, and I Googled where he was at. And I found him when Dave was threatening Dixie and the baby's life. And then when I seen the guy, they yelled out, well, you tell those police up there to get a hold of it. We're busy. They were too arrogant and too busy to look at anything. Do you know defrauding victims is a federal crime? If they were too busy to look into my case, they should have had a sheriff come over and talk to me. Or had one of the marshals. The marshals are blowing the hell out of the case he opened. Because it's a legal case that would stand up in court without me. It's like the Amish men and the beards. What he did was defraud victims. Embezzlement. I never got my money. But I got to upload this. This is all Will's fault. You want to talk about him giving the FBI a black eye? He gave him two. Because like the kids where that retired judge, where they were too arrogant to look into it, he told everybody he was the FBI agent over my case, told everybody not to help me. Da 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 da. And he's nothing but a drug dealer. Messed up in the human trafficking scam and his little prostitute daughter, and they run around with this big scam while they're taking people and selling them. They just found 35 kids they took. Like my friend that had a friend on the police department, 2 hours away. Know about the case that agent opened with you, the Texas group involved, da 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 da. They found 35 other people tied up in a railroad car. Like they said, don't say anything to her. These people are taking people and selling them. He had the biggest case in the world on his desk. See, if he wouldn't go look into it, he should have turned me over to the marshals. They would blow the hell out of this the first month. I'm going to go ahead and upload this.